Good evening. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Do we have any? Well, no. Is there emergency traffic? Please come then. Yeah, right. We never have any. I don't know why I ever asked that question. But if you do have emergency traffic, call 911 or tell us, and we'll call it for you. Just tell us where you are and what your QTH is. That would be the same thing as where you are. Hold on one second. Very good. Does anybody have any complaints about the audio at the moment?
Audio good.
All right. That's unusual. All right. Where was I? The net can be seen right now. You can book at any time for emergencies. For information on that, you go to YouTube right now. You can look up my call, K4PEW. And you can go to the, you'll see it running, I think. And you'll be able to see the screen on my radio, and you'll be able to see me. If you want to do that, you can also block out that part of the screen. Or you can go to, you can actually hear other stations. For those of you who haven't done it before, you can hear other stations that you might not normally hear from your own antenna, so it would be helpful. You can also go to 146415.net for information on Simplex. Also go to groups.io. It's 140, I'm sorry. If you look up MJSS on Mount Juliet Simplex Society on the groups.io site. And you don't have to join to get on the email list, which is it's a good thing to have since there's a lot of people with smart people in there who can answer your questions or sell equipment or buy equipment. Or you can go to K4PEW. Just send a K4PEW at arrl.net, and if I don't know the answer, I'll kick it off to one of the people that do. We normally meet at 8 o'clock p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. Every Wednesday and Saturday nights, yeah. Of course, we're on 146.415 now, and we're going over to, at the end of this net, we're going to go over to 144.240 upper sideband, then to 50.135 upper sideband, and then to, we're going over to 223.415, and that's, of course, on FM. And, of course, we have some talk about doing some stuff on GMRS frequencies, so if you're interested, tell me, and we'll figure out what we're going to do, but we haven't put any firm plans yet. I did buy a radio and working on getting a better antenna and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, let me know. But first, where is that? I'm still on my list here. All right. Is there any announcements other than the 10-meter net that's tomorrow night, and that's at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday nights, the mid-10 phone net, admirably done by Michael KM4YRF. He does 10 meters on upper sideband, then 10 meters FM, and then 10 meters on C4 FM. The only tri-band net, and perhaps the only tri-band net with, particularly if it, on C4 FM, because I don't think anybody's doing that. They might be, but somebody's gonna have to do a search on the web or worldwide to find out who's doing those. Anyway, any other announcements?
I got a comment, Paul.
Go ahead.
YouTube will not let me give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I may have done that, but I don't know how to do that at the moment. That's all right. That's all right. I'll figure it out. I'll add 32 thumbs up to it later on. No, I can't do that. No, I'm amazed. I don't know what's going on there.
All right, just wanted to let you know.
All right, appreciate the input. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to look at that in the setup to see what the story is. Let's see, where was I? Oh yes, that was it. No thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll figure that out later. You can put them in later, I hope. Afterwards, after the net, maybe that's the best time to do that. I don't know. Anyway, any other announcements? All right, we're going to be starting. This is net number 1086. I want to thank Michael for the past 2 Wednesdays he's filled in for me partly because one was an wedding anniversary dinner with my wife, and the other one was I was actually in the last 10 days I've been kind of under the weather due to a cold. Not terribly under the weather, but enough to be problematic, and I don't be coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose on the air. It ain't pretty, and doesn't sound good. It's still got a little lingering stuff in there, but we'll see. Hold on one sec. All right. Where was I? Oh yes, we're going to be starting out. It's 1086 net. We're starting from the north, where we will be taking check-ins from people short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins. Please come now for those.
KM4, TJF.
All right. You a first-time caller?
No, I'm just late. Always late and in a hurry.
Well, you're real early for the next net. That's the key.
That's correct. Hey man, enjoyed breakfast this morning. That was great. Had a good time.
Yeah, very good. I did too, and I'm glad you were there. That was Rick. I got anything else on that?
No, appreciate what you do. Thanks, Paul. Keep it up.
All right, good signal out of Rick, and he's west of Ashland City, way up in the Highlands area. I think Fleeing Justice, but I'm not sure about that. That's Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Who else is a short on time mobile or first time checking? Hello, Jeff. You're going to bed early again, I take it.
I'm good evening, Paul. And that, yes, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in early. I've been up since about 2:30 this morning. Just woke up and go back to sleep, so fatigue's hitting me. And I probably won't be able to stay awake for the remainder of the night. So I'm gonna go ahead and check in and get my name on the list and call it a night.
All right, sounds good. The yeah, it's hard to change schedules after all those years, isn't it, on that weird schedule you had.
Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 4 years, and I'm still just, up 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, just, I'll just wake up and can't go back to sleep. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to, get out of that or not.
What time do you normally lay down before you go to bed, before that you wake up at that 2 o'clock?
Well, I don't, because I sit there and I'm in the recliner, I'm watching TV, because I'm not going to be anywhere, really. I'm just going to fall asleep and still wake up, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
I got you. Yeah, I was just wondering if you stayed up till midnight. I wonder if it would be different.
I doubt I could stay up to midnight. If I got up at midnight, it's because I woke up around midnight. That's probably not why I would sleep midnight.
I get you. No, I know that I have to make accommodations with my wife's schedule. She gets home at 2 in the morning, so I have to be careful what time I go to bed so I can at least get 2 or 3 hours sleep before she gets home, and then we go to bed later, a couple hours after she gets home, so I can get in like 7 hours total. But I'm kind of used to it now, and it's hard to break away from that on the days off.
I know what you mean. I know, back years ago, I had worked nights before, and I just couldn't go to bed. As soon as I got home, I'd have to stay up a few hours and kind of unwind, do what I had to do. Anyway, I'll let you carry on. I know others are waiting to check in, so I'll say 7:30 WI4G.
Yeah, very good. That was Jeff. He's in Madison. Whiskey, Yankee, 4 Golf, big signal. Going to bed early. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking? Okay, second time checking. All righty. We're going to start then with the North. Please come now.
Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha.
Hello, Ricky. The net's going swimmingly, I see.
Oh yes, it's doing well. I enjoy doing it. And hey, you started from the north tonight. My goodness, I didn't have to wait very long, and I didn't want to do the no traffic check-in or short on time check-in tonight. I wanted to hang out with you a minute.
All right, very good. Yeah, the conditions seem pretty good today.
They do. Yeah, you sound great up here in Portland.
Yeah, you sound good. In fact, you sound better today than you did on the net Thursday. And not that you were terrible. It's just this tonight's better.
Well, let's see. Tonight we got clear skies tonight. Thursday, we might have some overcast. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have to remind myself what day it is.
But yeah, that's a retirement thing because every day's a weekend and every other day's vacation.
Oh no, I do. I have to. But what happened was what also messed me up. My wife had a schedule for several years where she had. I got to get this straight in my mind. She had Thursdays and Fridays off, or Fridays. Yeah, Thursdays and Fridays off. Okay, that was I don't know how many years. There were several. And then she recently changed the schedule to Mondays and Tuesdays off. At that first couple 3 weeks, I couldn't tell you what day. I wake up in the morning. I go, what is today? What am I supposed to be up or not?
Oh yes, completely understand that. That schedule change will do it. Let's see. Well, how do you like the Mondays and Tuesdays off better than the Thursdays and Fridays?
Well, it's nicer because when we go out to dinner, for instance, on a Monday, Tuesday, It's not the same. Friday and Saturdays, dinner's busy. You know, they're crazy busy. We can go to the mall on a Monday or Tuesday night, and there's nobody there. Or we can go to a restaurant, and there's not empty, but it's a lot less crowded. So there's an advantage to it.
Oh yes, and being in Mount Juliet area, that makes a big difference because that place is crazy on Fridays and towards the weekend.
Oh, the whole area has gotten crazy, Ricky. My wife went down to Cool Springs Mall, I believe it was, and she was coming back up on 65, and then on 440, and she was in bumper to bumper crawling traffic for 45 minutes before she could make the stretch to get on I-40 coming home. It was unbelievable.
And you know that's pretty much everywhere. But I agree about Mount Juliet. My sister lives out that way, and going through Providence, it's a nightmare. Just I mean, it's crazy, crazy traffic almost any day of the week.
Yeah, no, it's gotten silly. I was coming back. I went to just south of 40 to go into the store. I forget what it was now, but I think it was Walgreens. It was a Walgreens south of 40 on Mount Juliet Road, and on the way back. And the traffic was busy, and I came up back over the interstate, made it through the traffic lights there at Providence. And as soon as I got on the hill going north after the interstate, I looked up, and here it was about 5 o'clock, around that area, 4 to 5. It was double lane, solid as far as I could see going north, coming south on Mount Juliet Road. And it's like that every single day.
Roger that. Well, and if you don't get in the right lane, especially if you get off or if you get through Mount Juliet and get over the interstate and into Providence, if you don't come over that interstate and get in the right lane to try to get on the other end of Providence, I mean it's kind of crazy. It's a bad layout. I mean you could be in one lane, it'll play out, or it'll turn into a left lane, and you got to get in the right lane. You know what I'm talking about because I know you've been there. But after you've been there a few times, you kind of learn which lane you need to be in, and then how much time you got before you need to change lanes again to get through that area.
Yeah, there was another one that was quickly said. There used to be 2 left turn lanes to get on Old Pleasant Grove Drive, which is it's a busy turn area. It's right across the street from a restaurant, a fish restaurant. I forget the name of it now. But it was busy as always. It would be double stacked to make the left turn lane to go back to where I live, going toward Walmart, if you know what I'm talking about. And well, when they did the revision to the roadways there with the new bridge, and they widened the bridge and they changed the lanes, and now it's 1 lane. There are times I'm coming back home, coming from the south, from the north. I have to skip it because the entire lane is backed up and there's no place to go. So I just have to keep driving and take the next exit, onto the next turn left. DOT messed it up. I don't know why they messed it up, but they did.
Yep, I know what you're talking about, and I remember when it was 2 lanes, and I remember when they changed it to 1. Of course, that might have been what I was talking about. When it was 2 lanes was when it was real complicated to know, because if you was in 1 lane, it turns into a turn lane, and you got to get over to the right, and then down the road a little bit, you got to jump back over to the left. So that may have been the reason why they've done away with that second turn lane. But anyway, it's all good up here. Had a wonderful day. Got to spend time with my oldest and youngest son come by today and borrowed my trailer and brought it back. So I ended up getting to spend some time with them, and I enjoyed it. I tell you, anytime the kids can come over. But I don't want to hold up your net too much. Appreciate you checking into my net Thursday night. Enjoyed your comments. But I'm going to let it go. Back to you. Just K4 BWA.
Yeah, very good. That's Ricky. He's in Portland. He does the 147.555. Yeah, 147.555 on Simplex at 7:30 on Thursday nights. Make a point to be there. It's a good net. He gets a number of check-ins. Been doing it for a while, and it's a fun net. Who else is north?
TV4 TWI.
Hello, Wes. Anything good for the net tonight besides? By the way, I was looking up the corner reflector we were talking about earlier. They said the corner reflectors usually have a 10 to 15 dBi gain.
They do. So I got to put it on the top. Everything's good in Possum Town. It's good sunny day for part of the day. I'm just glad it's above freezing. Enjoyed some CW and HF today. It's a good day. I had a busy week, so I've been needing a good Saturday. Back to net, KE4TWI.
Hey, just a point of interest there, since you work in the school system. I noticed that Oklahoma, is it Oklahoma? It's Oklahoma. Where was that the spokesman for, I can't think of her name right now, the spokeswoman for the White House at one time, and now she's the governor of, is it Oklahoma? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, she says she's going to make it she stopped all cell phones in all public schools.
Arkansas, I think you mean. Yeah, there's a bill going through the Tennessee legislature now about that. Yes, we need that. That is common sense. KE4
They won't allow it. It makes too much sense. I hear somebody. It's there, Robin over on 220. Somebody answer him. I'm not going to do it. Anyway, that was West. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Danny, Station Camp.
Hey, Danny, you sounding good tonight?
Well, thank you, Paul. You are too.
All right. This is and again, we have a routinely mutual admiration society here. When somebody has a bad signal, as you know, I tell them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, just painting and working in the house today, and that's about it. More tomorrow.
I think aside from public speaking, people more hate painting, maybe comes in number 2 in public speaking of what they hate.
I despise painting. I hate. Sherry's done most of the painting today. I just got things ready and pulled out.
Yeah, painting is. I can't say I enjoy it, but I've done an awful lot of it, and I enjoy doing a good job. But doing a good job means you have to work harder.
Oh yeah, my hand just goes totally numb after about 5 minutes holding a brush.
I'll have to start using that excuse.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Hope it turns out good. Of course, you're letting your ex-wife do the most of it.
Yeah, she's done a great job.
Awesome. Well, my wife will also paint. She's done it, and she's told me she's done it before she met me, so she's not averse to doing that kind of stuff. Anything else for the net there, Danny?
No, that's it. Back to you. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, very good. That was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November in Station Camp near Cottontown. Who else is north?
WB0.
Hey, Mark. Anything good?
No, I've done less than everybody that's been on there before me. I've done nothing today.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you on that one. Nobody does less than I do. Okay, I challenge you to that any day.
Well, did you take a nap?
Yes, I did.
Well, then I guess we're tied.
Yeah, yeah. I took a nap. Let me see if I did anything else. It was even semi. I did go get the mail twice. The first time it was nothing there. Second time I got the stuff.
Well, that's good. I only had to go get the mail once, so I did a little less than you there. But anyway, don't really have anything for the nest. Just kind of kick back here, relaxing and listening.
All right, very good. That's Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. We're gonna have to have a competition for who can do less as retired, not working people, retired people. We get that. We have that option. Was anybody else north?
84 VW, Carlin Angel down by Faith.
Hello, Mr. Carlin. Anything good going on?
Yeah, just trying to stay warm. Done turned off winter again on us.
Yeah, I think that I see it was supposed to be about in the mid-20s by the morning.
Yeah, I didn't watch the weather. I don't know. They probably will be, though. I heard somebody talking the other day something about with getting ready to get another snowstorm here or something here about a week or so. And I'm going to I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, I hope they're wrong, too. It just messes up everything for the roadways.
Yeah, and I don't care about going out and cleaning the driveway myself. So I don't know. Anyhow, while I think of it, what did you think about the little
little party they had in the White House yesterday.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. You didn't see the? I put up a thumbnail that related to that in some degree on the YouTube video.
Oh no, I hadn't even been on the computer, so I don't know. But I think Trump handled the situation very well.
Well, I don't. The problem that I have isn't with what did or didn't happen there. It's what I don't know happened preceding it and after it, because I heard the what do you call it, the State Department, that Rubio guy. He said, and I don't know if it was a defensive position for him to say this. He says, you got to remember, we already were meeting regularly with the people that worked for Zelensky about these issues, all the way up, and he talked directly with their foreign, whatever he is, their foreign advisor, whatever they call him. And so a lot of things led up to this, and apparently it sounds like Zelensky threw the wrench in the works, but I don't really know.
Oh yeah, I watched the video today. Rubio was talking about what happened before that meeting, and he was squarely putting the blame on, how you say it, well, that guy that showed up there. I can't even pronounce his name right now, so I ain't going to try to attempt to say it. But he put the blame squarely on him. If you watch that go over, the camera went over and looked at that lady, I guess it was with him, part of his entourage, and she was sitting over just, her head down in her hand, looking down. So it's like, boy, you screwed this up. I don't know. I still think Trump handled it very well, and I don't know. There's been a bunch of people that's been jumping up and down, like, oh, Trump shouldn't have done this and Trump shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have been that way. But according to Rubio, Joe Biden actually had a shout out with him in the White House up there back during that administration. So I don't know. It kind of gets me that guy, he seems to, whenever they get together and have a meeting, he wants to change the negotiation to something else. In other words, I know what we talked about the last time, but, what are we going to do about this? And he keeps bringing up this another thing. And that's why Trump was saying he didn't believe that they wanted to end the war. Which that kind of makes sense. If every time he's showing up, he's making new demands, instead of staying steadfast of stopping the war, then I can understand Trump going off on it. This is not what we were discussing mineral rights, and now you've turned it into a get Putin situation right here in the White House in front of the media. And, and they wasn't planning on doing that at all, or saying anything. We're trying to negotiate between you and him and trying to stop this killing. And then you get in here and you start doing all this blasting your mouth off, and stuff about Putin and all that. And I can see why he went off. I think he handled it very well myself. But there's a bunch out there saying, oh, Trump did the wrong thing. Oh, the world's going to end tomorrow night at 6:30, and all that stuff. Well, anyway, enough of that. Hope you're doing okay. I hope you got over your flu little thing there. They were saying in the news that kind of dropped off. In the news here, I noticed last night they were saying the amount of people showing up is kind of dwindling down, so maybe it's dying out. So with that said, I guess I'll turn it back over to you. Let you get some more check-ins. And anyway, hello to everybody out there, and hope everybody stays nice and warm tonight and has a good day tomorrow. So with that said, KB4BW, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, Paul, net control.
Yeah, very good. That was Carlin in Angeltown, Bethpage area. Yeah, I might have to put a cap on that. I don't know. Again, there's so many things going on behind the scenes that I wouldn't know anything about. So it's hard to even have an opinion. It just sounded raw. It sounded like it should have been a tag team event, and Zelensky wasn't ready for it. But anyway, anybody else that was, by the way, it's Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey in, like I said, in Angeltown, Bethpage. Who else is north?
Kilo, November 4, Echo Romeo India, Eric in Goodlettsville.
Hello, Eric. It's good to see you this morning at breakfast.
Yeah, likewise. It's always great to go to breakfast there and see the guys. That was awesome. And I did get my 6-meter antenna up, so we'll see what that sounds like a little bit later here.
Now, which did you put up a vertical 6 meters? Is that what you did?
Yeah, copy that. It's that Comet something NP6 something. I'll look it up. But it's a monster. It's like 22 feet tall, and the radios, 3 radios alone, are like 4 foot apiece.
All right, start out at a real low wattage. I don't want you blowing me out of the water.
Yeah, roger that. Roger that.
No, very good. I'm glad that was. How much was that antenna, by the way?
About 270, I think it was.
Wow. Yeah, 270. That's for a single band. That's a lot. I had purchased I think already know. I had one of those. I think it's called a squalo. It's a square, more or less a square, a rectangle 6-meter horizontal. But I should be able to hear you just fine.
Yeah, hopefully so. But yeah, it's my other antenna with my radio would always freak out. I could only go to 30 watts, and then after a little while, it would start dropping off. The tuner would freak out. So yeah, hopefully it is. It's a CP Charlie Papa 62 is the antenna.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the results of that. I think you ought to do fine though. Got anything else for the net?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, very good. That's Eric in Goodlettsville. Kilo, November 4, Echo, Romeo, India. Who else is north? Then over to the west.
704 OTV.
Hello, you're sounding good tonight. A little scratchy, but still a big signal.
Oh, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was. I mean, my propagation was in and out earlier on DMR, so I wasn't sure how 2-meter would act.
Yeah, I could actually, the first time I heard Larry for the full net, for the whole time. Normally, it's been bad recently up there over there.
Yeah, I've only heard him one other time the whole time we've had these nets, and it's been a while, but I can usually hear Greg pretty far south from here.
Yep. No, it was okay. I mean, I just wish there were more participants.
Well, it's like you said, most people get these radios, which I mean, I was part of that as well until I got an amplifier where you just, connect to a hotspot. And I get it, it is like what Charles was saying about it. It's kind of like cheating, but, all at the same time, it's very similar to Simplex because a lot of these guys, they make a talk group for all their buddies, and that's where a lot of them hang out because I've done it on several talk groups.
Yeah, I think I may have mentioned that to you. I was watching that guy, Ham Radio 2.0. I forget what it's called. It is. Anyway, he was saying that he was doing DMR and in statewide DMR in Texas, and he says they would get 60 or 70 people on a statewide DMR net. And I'm thinking, 60 or 70 people on a statewide, that should be like a couple hundred, but even in the state the size of Texas. I mean, Texas has got, I don't know, 25 million people, and they can only get 67 people.
Oh, yeah, I agree. But at the same time, it also is DMR, and there's a lot of people, that are kind of, I mean, they just don't want to fool with digital. And I get it at first. I didn't know what to think about it either. Once I got into it, I liked it. Just another tool in the toolbox, as they say. But, yeah, I mean, I saw that same exact video, and the way he's got his set up, it's only for Texas only. You can't be in any other state or anywhere else in the world and talk on it unless you're in Texas.
Yeah, it was closed because I think all of them had to go through repeaters, if I remember correctly. In other words, you could be interacting from, let's say, a remote station, for let's say Dallas, but you could go in, I guess, via a hotspot into a repeater wherever it was. But that's the only way you could access it was from inside the state.
Well, the reason why it's like that is because when DMR first started, Brandmeister wasn't a thing. And then when Brandmeister came along, that's a whole nother system, kind of like TGIF and all that other stuff. It's DMR as well, and you've got All-Star, which is all the same crap, really. It's just a different mode, or a different link is all it is. And before Brandmeister came along, they that theirs up through the actual DMR system, and that's the reason why theirs is only statewide. But he could, they can still change it. They can go to Brand Meister, TGIF, and change it. But he does it like that for a reason. So it is. But I'm with you. 60 or 70 people isn't much. If you think about the Tennessee phone net, even on a slow night, they get that many.
Yeah, that's what I was surprised, really. But DMR still, in spite of the number of people with DMR radios, and most of them are handhelds, I believe, they're just not very many people actually on the air. They're on the air through a hotspot, but they're not on the air.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I would have never even thought to do Simplex with a digital radio. It just never even crossed my mind until you started talking about it. And I thought, oh, that'd be pretty neat. I didn't even know that was a, I didn't think it couldn't be a thing, but it just, just never crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, Jack does Simplex on C4 FM, between Michael. I can hear him perfectly on 5 watts from his house over in Donaldson.
Jackson, Donaldson, and Mike's, what, a couple miles from you?
Yeah, he's 2 miles east of me.
Okay, I don't know what their distance is between. It's at least, what, 15, 20 miles probably?
Somewhere, it's probably 12 or 13, somewhere in that range, yeah. But 5 watts is pretty darn good on a handheld.
Oh, no question about it. I travel around town all the time, bouncing off several repeaters with 5.5 watts, and I've just got a really good antenna on top of my work van, and that's how I get out, man. And I can talk, all day long with that.
Yeah, well, I think that, again, I guess I constantly remind myself that the reason that net exists is to help people understand that there's alternatives to the repeaters, and that's a good thing. People get used to, having for instance, the one antenna I have in my car all the time, and I rarely use it, but it's a through glass antenna. For it's got a gain of about -2, but I can hear people.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's my thing. I can hear well with Simplex, but transmitting while mobile just is not ideal in anywhere in Nashville. Unless I'm like on the north side, like if I'm on Briley, I've had really good results. I talked to you one day for like 45 minutes on Simplex, which worked out really well because I wasn't around any interference at all. It was all mainly 65 North and Briley Parkway, which was basically no interference. A few walls here and there, stuff like that, where I came down into like little holes and stuff that would kind of block me. But other than that, it was fairly well. But I've noticed in town there's so much interference with power lines and bridges, and just traffic alone drives me insane. But yeah, it's very difficult doing Simplex today, I've noticed.
Yeah, I've have some problem with some people. I guess it would due to antennas and probably scum conditions. But that Briley Parkway is like an alley. It's got walls on parts of it on both sides of it.
Absolutely, yeah. If you get up there by with that Big Church Pike, that's where it gets kind of rough. But once you get past that, where UPS and all that opens back up, going back to those hills, and you start climbing back in elevation, it works well. That's kind of the lowest point in Briley. And that's okay, but when I get down here by 65 South and all that, or I'm down on 440, and that right there, man, I tell you, I have trouble hitting repeaters through there.
Yeah, I'm with you. Anything else for the net?
No, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next one. KO4 OTV, back to net.
Very good. That's Joel, KO4 OTV, up west of Ashland City. Who else is west?
KG4 LV.
You doing any good over there in Donaldson today?
I'll tell you what, we've got good conditions tonight, and I want to tell Danny he was 30 over here in Donaldson.
Oh, wow. Yeah, everybody sounds pretty good tonight. They really do. It's just, I'm not sure why the difference is, but I guess we never do know. Clear weather, is that supposed to do it?
I don't know, but I guess we're all living right. Maybe that's it.
Well, we know that's not right.
Well, anyway, it was good to see the Winston breakfast this morning, and I'll let somebody else check in. KG4 ILV, back to net control.
Yep, that's Jack in Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4 Charlie Victor.
Very good. Greg, anything good antenna-wise from you?
I don't know about that. I did raise my 2-meter antenna by a little bit. We'll see if it helps out between you and me. Although, we're fine. But for 10 meters today, 10 meters was open to like Western Europe and
in South America and Mexico, and it was really good conditions and low noise.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't on that at all today. You heard that what I said earlier about that 10, at least a 10 dBi gain on those corner reflectors. I got to get one up.
Well, what band?
On any band. I mean, it's going to be the smallest, of course, for like on a GMRS or the 70 centimeter band. You know, in the 70 centimeter band, it's a relatively small. And it's just a quarter. Usually, it's just a quarter wave antenna sticking up between, you know, in a spot between angled, you know, pieces of metal or wire.
Are they readily available on the market, or make your own?
I think there are some readily available, but they're relatively easy to build, from what I can see. I mean, it's a matter of taking a piece of mesh material, you know, like even just rabbit wire, and you don't even have to do that, but rabbit wire and put it at a 60 or 90 degree angle, and put a quarter wave right in the middle of that at a specified position, and they got the plans laid out for you in the book. So I'm telling you, I can't imagine. Of course, now you ain't going to hear much from the rear of a rear, you know, a corner reflector. You're not going to hear much from the backside because it is closed off.
I think it's a corner reflector.
Yeah, corner. Yeah, that's right. Dead signals that are behind it. That's right.
I see that. I was going to say dead signals, but you said it. So anyway, moving on.
Very good. That was Greg, and he's an Antioch, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, another good signal, of course. Who else is west? Anybody west or south? All right. We'll take Tony first. Somebody else was in there, but I'm not sure if they were west or not. But anyway, good to see you this morning, Tony.
Good to be seen. Any day above ground.
Yep. As long as you're up and taking solid food.
Yep. And just a hint on today's connections, you might want to study up on tungsten.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't, it's funny. Every time I think I have a good, you know, you know how I'm the randomizer on selecting words, and I'm amazed how often I get something out of nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, I think Wordle today you will find non-corporeal.
Non-corporeal. I even forget what that word means.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, very good. That was anything else for the net before we move on?
Nope. I think I've given you enough clues.
Yeah, I'll forget them by the time I do. That was Tony, KF4KFQ in Smyrna. Not Smirnoff, it's Smyrna. Who else is south?
KC4TNQ.
Hey, Charles. Sounding good tonight.
Thank you, you too. And you talk about the DMR thing. So, you know, M-Tiers has a DMR liaison that checks the people in on their net, you know, on Monday nights. But the 3 or 4 times that I've tried to listen in, of course, I was doing it on my computer, you know, through PyStar. I never heard anything. So I don't know how they're doing it. I have yet to figure that out.
Are they doing it through that same repeater network or a similar one?
Well, I assume if you put in their code number for their whatever it is, I can't remember what they call it, but anyway, you put that number in, and you should be able to listen to any traffic coming over the internet. So, like I said, I don't know how they're doing it.
I'll have to look that up. I don't have anything in my radio program for. I'll just call it for the net, you know, for networks or for connecting to repeaters. Don't have a darn thing in there for a repeater, so I'd have to do some work to get that back running.
Yeah, of course, my little hotspot is through PyStar, but I mean, you don't even have to use that. You just use a computer and go to PyStar and then put your little numbers in, and you should be able to listen to all the traffic that's coming through there. But like I said, I never got it to work, so I don't know how they're doing it. And maybe one day I'll figure it out, but, you know, that's just the way it is sometimes.
Well, I still see it, as much as I think they're good, somewhat good ideas between between D-Star and C4FM and DMR. I mean, they're interesting ideas. But the fact is, based upon our own experience, if there's a dire emergency anywhere, you're better off on 2 meters analog or 70 centimeters analog, because that's where you're going to meet the most of the people.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, I think actually you probably have better luck if you need to actually contact somebody. Would be either use your phone or a repeater. But that's just what I feel because most of the time there's nobody even listening to Simplex.
Oh no, absolutely. No, I didn't mean to exclude repeaters in that idea, but yeah, if you know that if you got your system set up for repeaters, you're at least hams have lots of places to meet on 2 meters or 70 centimeter repeaters or on simplex, and there's not that many places to meet on DMR and D Star and C4FM.
Yeah, the best thing is having a meet and greet on the radio. That's where everybody knows to be. But anyway, Paul, thanks for checking in. Good signal tonight. KC4, TNQ.
Yeah, very big signal tonight, Charles. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec, Charles in West Nashville. Who else is south?
Not south. This is Kilo November 4 Echo Whiskey Tango Mobile. No traffic checking in.
Very good. I'll just check your in there real quick. Is this is this Thomas?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to catch you in and out of the restaurant.
Very good. Forgive me that call again. It's Kilo November 4 Echo Whiskey Tango, right?
Roger.
Very good. Glad to have you in there, Thomas. Thomas is mobile here in either Wilson County or on the way back to Carthage, where he lives. So I'm not sure where he is, but good to have you in there, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm over here in Lebanon, in and out.
Very good. In Lebanon, just got the correction. I heard David in there. How you doing, David?
Hello, Mr. Paul. Doing very well, sir. It's been a good day. How about yourself? How are you?
Well, if you were on earlier, you would have found out I probably did the least amount of work of anybody that you know.
I don't know. That's probably, we could probably argue that for a little while.
Yeah, but then that would be work.
Yeah, it's too much work. Well, how much, somebody told me he was in the market for a copper J-pole.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, I've got a 96-inch Super J pole now, so I don't know if I need another one or not.
What's the DPI gain on something like that?
Well, instead of it being 1, it's probably a 1.2.
Oh, okay. It's not negative 1.2.
I don't know. I know when I used it a long time ago, and the last time I used it was about 14 years ago, maybe longer, because I last time I used it, I was up in Western New York, and I had it in the third-story attic, and it performed very well when you're in a relatively flat land with and you're 40, 50 feet up in the air. Yeah, I didn't catch much of that. Your signal started to erode a little bit there, David.
Okay, I did cut the power back, but how about receive versus transmit? You know, you receive on the, like you told me, that corner, and then you talk about, you only hear certain directions, but on the receive on the J-pole works pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. For general receive, it is, yes. It's just that, you know, when you look at a regular J-pole for 2 meters or 70 centimeters, they're relatively, you know, what are they? I forget how tall those are. I guess it's about 48 inches tall on a standard J-pole. And, you know, if you look at a 48-inch tall J-pole, I don't care if it's made of copper or what, and then compare it to a 17 and a half foot, a 2-meter antenna, or a 24-foot, 2-meter, 70 centimeter antenna, who do you think is going to listen better?
Yeah, that's sure. I built a copper J-pole years ago and managed to get on the first pass of the International Space Station flying over first pass contact one time. So I was proud of that.
Oh, yeah, very good. Yeah, that's awesome. I've never done that. I've listened to them on a few occasions, but I've never made contact with them. In fact, somebody on here in the area, Robin, I think, had one of those. He had made. I don't know if he's used it. I know he was building one of those circularly polarized antennas for talking to space stations and satellites.
Yes. Well, hey, I tell you, don't hear a lot of good talk about them, but they receive pretty well and transmit in case of emergency. But I won't keep you, Mr. Paul. I appreciate it as always what you do, and thanks for letting me join in on this and give you those numbers. That's for everybody on the KI4.
Yeah, that was David, and that's KI4 India. Yeah, as a matter of fact, getting numbers, I think what I'll do is I'll register with the government, and we can sign up people that are passed on, you know, like people that are silent keys, and we'll just log them in like the Social Security system apparently does. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, that was David, KI4NDN. He's in Reedyville. Good signal for Reedyville. Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee Victor.
Very good, Larry. You sounded good tonight. First time in a long time I was able to hear you the entire net.
Yeah, you know, I think so, man. We'll let you know with E4 at
Yep, that's Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee Victor. Who else is south?
K4 IDC.
Did I hear you chewing on something over there on 220 earlier?
Yep.
Yeah, I recognize your voice.
I can tell. I'm pleased.
Well, you know, you do nets like if you talk to enough people, you can your brain actually remembers more of the voice than the call.
Yeah, I'm still impressed with your recollection ability.
Oh well, it's if you do it, you know. Well, I'm pretty sure a monkey could do this if he does it enough.
You gonna do 220 tonight?
Yes, we'll be on 223-415. Everything going good for you?
Yep. Going to stay at home working in the ham shack, clean it up a little bit. I want to do a little experiment on 220 this evening, so if you don't mind helping me out.
No, we got lots of people that'll help. In fact, I'm sure that Wes will run right over there and help you out.
Well, I am pointed in his general direction. You're a lot closer, and I have a rough copy from Wes.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, you would have a rough copy where you are because your elevation isn't the best pointing at him.
I'm almost under water.
Yeah, I know it. You need to get that 200-foot tower up.
I'm too old, and that's too much work.
Yeah, me too. It's not that I'm too old, and it's not necessarily that it's too much money, which it is, but I'd have to hire a climber. There's no way I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, you know, we're staring down the barrel of retirement here in about 2 years, 3 years, and I don't know if we're going to remain here or not. So I'm reluctant to invest time and money in a big piece of infrastructure like that.
Yeah, there's probably in a state nearby, there's another guy named Robin willing to drive over and tear it all down. Yeah, no. Hey, listen, if we can go to Virginia and tear down a tower, well, not even tear it down, just pick it up. That was a chore in and of itself.
Yeah, that was an adventure. I still tell this.
No, my favorite part of that story, which it wasn't worth anything, but you said, "Can you pick up that end?" And I went, and I learned my limits some years ago, and I gave it a little bit of. I said, "Nah, I don't think so."
Well, that's why we brought chain hoist.
Oh man, that thing was. I don't know what the total weight on that thing is. It had to be, I don't know, 1,500 pounds. I don't know, 1,000, 2,000. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'd say you're pretty close. You're at least in the ballpark.
Man, that was that was what do you call it? What did you call it? A self-erecting. No, what do you call it?
Crank up.
That's a good crank. Well, that one's motorized crank up though, so it was. There's no way you'd crank that up by yourself. I don't think.
That'd be a long, hard chore.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't think you could use your drill motor like you did on your other antenna.
No.
All right, Greg. Anything else on that, Robin?
Let's see. The M-Tires Hamfest is in Tullahoma next Saturday. I plan to be there, and then Cave City Hamfest on the 22nd.
Tullahoma's when?
Next Saturday, 1 week from today.
Yeah, I struggle to drive whatever it is, an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to a small hamfest. I struggle with that idea.
Well, I get it.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're selling some, so it's worth it to you.
I'd love to move this Drake stuff I have left.
Maybe there needs to be. Well, there is a place you could unload. Put it through that guy out in St. Louis.
Shulman, I don't know what his take could be. I expect and usually they buy lots. I don't know if he's interested in one. It's on the online classifieds, and it's on Facebook Marketplace, and it's on eBay. So it's getting exposure.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how much exposure I'm sure it gets some exposure, but Shulman gets a lot of exposure nationwide.
I might hang in.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. You got nothing to lose just by asking him what his. Because I'm guessing he takes, I don't know, he might take 10 or 20%. I really don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer the question.
Yeah, very good. And nothing else for the net?
Nope.
All right, very good, Robin. That's Robin. He's south of me about 5 miles along, kind of near Percy Priest Lake. And he's, like he said, he's almost underwater down there. He's so low. But he's got a good signal to me. That was K4 IDC. Who else is south or east? Hey, Richard. It was good to hear you on the air earlier today. I'm glad you're doing better. I'll know when you're better when you show up at breakfast.
Well, that's a good challenge for me to get my rear end gear, get that much better, get on down there.
Well, I remember when I had I'll say major surgery. It was major to me back in the 80s. And, I was young and dumb. And the doctor said, no, you need to take 2 weeks off. And I was about a week into being off, maybe not even that long. And I said, no, I got to go to work. So I asked him, and he said, you can't drive because I had abdominal surgery. So I got a friend of mine to drive me to work. And I was going, okay, I'm at work. Oh, yeah, because I couldn't stand being at home when I had work to do. And in sales, it's something you got to do. It's the only way to make money. And I was by lunch. I called my friend. I go, Mike, take me home. I'm dying over here.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Bringing them taking the cotton ticket. So, like I said earlier, my doctor and I had a conversation about all of it. He said 4 months in the hospital, your body had just kind of broken away. He said it's going to take twice to 3 times as long to put it back together, and it didn't lose it. So I'm on a long haul, and I know that. But I'm up for the challenge, and I'm going to keep pushing.
Yeah, it'll test your discipline though, and I would say that it's like anything else. Like for instance, when I started, it's 40 years ago. It was 36 years ago. And I decided I was at about 300 pounds. I was gonna lose weight. I was gonna start exercising. And I got over to the gym where there was a fitness trainer, and he goes and he did some tests on me and says, okay, well, let's get on the treadmill. I thought I was gonna die doing like 2 miles an hour, maybe 1.5. And I went, oh my gosh, am I gonna live through this? And then you put me on a bicycle, one of those air bikes, and I thought I was gonna die on that. And I was barely moving. I said, man, and I stuck with it though, because it took me months to get back to where I should. Well, but I may have never been before.
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're not going to, get back like you want to be anytime real soon. And I've had to resolve myself to that fact. But you're right, patience is another thing altogether. You got to hope you can have the patience to, take the time and do what needs to be done. Such as that, but it can be a definite challenge.
Well, tell Stephanie to get out the stun gun to get you motivated. All right. Anything else good for the night, Richard? I'm glad you're doing good.
I'm fine, and hope everybody else is doing well. Good to meet everybody, and y'all take care. God bless each and every one of you.
Yep, that's Richard and Stephanie in the Lebanon general area, KI4SIB and KI4SOR. Good signal. Who else is east?
KM4YRF.
Okay. And you doing well besides the fact that you've been on 4 nets already tonight?
I'm doing good. And I'm going to tell you what, man. 10 meters was hopping all day today, and so was 15. I made a bunch of contacts on 10 and 15 today.
Well, if I did that, then I would break my not working record.
I hear that, and I'm up to 50 countries now on 10 meters. 51 countries on 10 meters.
Oh, that's great. Have you tried to establish that all of them come on QSO cards or not?
I have not, but I've got 51 confirmed on the QRZ.
Oh, good, very good. It's not. It never has been that super important to me to get cards or to fully establish them because ham radio is fun and to have to keep records and be, that's more like work.
Well, you're right. And for the first time that I was on QRZ, I really didn't know how to use it, and I made a lot of contacts that I never got confirmed because I was putting the wrong time in. And but now I got that figured out.
Yeah. That most of us learn to tell time in what, by second grade.
Well, you have to go by UTC time, and I was putting in my UTC time instead of Zulu time.
Yeah, you were setting your own standard.
I was, but it wasn't doing me any good.
Yeah, well, it all screwed me up. I know that when I was a lonely child, it was GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and then when I went in the military, it became Zulu time, which was same as GMT because they just used that term Zulu. I don't know. I guess it saved space in pencil. I had to write it down on the forms we had to fill out, and then they updated the whole thing to that other one. What is it now? It's coordinated standards. What is that? UTC. Yeah, universal coordinated time. Now, why they have to keep changing? I'm betting they changed it in another 10 years. I'm willing to bet they changed it.
Well, I bet if it can be done, they'll do it. And by the way, Jack is 13.4 miles from me.
Oh, I nailed it pretty good, didn't I?
You did. You were just about right on it.
Huh. Yeah, I knew it was about that. I just didn't. I think I may have measured it once before. My brain actually, in a pinball fashion, found the right answer.
Well, Paul, had a great time at breakfast today, like normal, and appreciate you for doing all the nets that you do, and thank you for letting me fill in for you when you can't do it. So I'll take back to net control.
Yeah, can't or won't. Okay, that was Michael, KM4YRF. He is here in Mount Juliet, and of course he fills in for me, and I'm grateful for that. So we can continue the nets, whether I'm here or not. Let's see, that was Michael, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Hey, how are you, Chris?
Doing well. Just coming back from the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club meeting. We went out to dinner afterwards, as per normal, but hopped in the car on the way back, caught the net, tail end, and was pleasantly surprised to hear Richard on the net. It's good to hear him back up on the radio again.
Oh, absolutely. Did you guys have, there was a fellow who I think was taking an extra test tonight, and I forget who it was. Did anybody pass extra tonight?
Oh, I didn't get there for the testing. I got there after the testing, and I did not ask. We usually do have a sum up of who did what and passed whatever, but we missed that part tonight, I think.
Oh, I'd file a point of order.
Next time, I'll make sure I log that for you.
Everything going good for you, and the meeting went well?
Yeah, it was good. We had a presentation by Michael Jordan, and dang it, I can't remember his call right now off the top of my head, but he did a presentation on fox hunting. And then Bill Utah talked about plans for the HamQuest coming up, which is July 17th.
All right, I got to break that down. July 17th. There hasn't been a formal announcement, I don't think, on that, has there?
No, we lost our website for about a week or two there because somebody, this guy, didn't realize that there was an old credit card logged with the thing. So we had to do a little maneuvering to get it paid, but both of the websites, HamQuest and the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's website, are up and running now.
So your friend, he passed the election test there, Paul.
Okay, I didn't remember who it was, though, who did that, who told me that he was going for the extra today.
We had two, K3APR, we had two pass technician, and he passed his extra.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's extra. And again, the reason I made extra, I wanted to get extra, so I didn't have to remember where to be on the bands.
Hey, same with me, definitely. Yeah, good news we got to get it. Catching that, we're catching it.
Yeah, that was Mike is November 4 MDJ, Michael Delta Juliet. Chris? I think I lost Chris.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh, that was MDJ, November 4 MDJ.
Roger.
Yeah, no, I get it. I was talking about the other Mike that was at the meeting, that Mike Jordan. Anyway, anything else for the net, Chris?
No, sir. Thanks for running the net. I'm glad I caught you. It looks like a long one tonight, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't expect it to be this long, but yes. No, we're all doing good though. We'll have somewhere around 25 tonight, which is a big number.
Outstanding. All right. So back to net control. 73, everybody. I'll be on the side.
Very good. That was Chris, Kilo, Quebec 4, Alpha Echo Tango. He's mobile. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm also going home from after eating dinner with the club. But yeah, it's always good to see somebody pass extra. If I recall, I think we got 44 out of 50. Correct.
Oh, awesome. Very good. Yeah, it's and all three of the tests that I took back in a few years ago, 20 years ago, I never asked, and they didn't tell me what the answers were, how many I got right or wrong. They were just surprised that I passed them.
Well, then we're going to do online testing. Of course, they see their score right off the bat. But even with, since we've got reviews and exam tools at the test here in Wilson County, they see what the score is right from the get-go. So if somebody really wants it, we can, email them the results. It shows them what they missed and what they did and what they got right.
Well, that could be helpful, especially if they fail. That could be very helpful.
So the neat thing, too, with exam tools, you will never get the same test twice. So the computer generates the exam, so there's no way to cheat.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for that? By the way, you have a really nice bassy audio on that mic on your mobile unit.
Well, it's just a 10 radio, the 8 with the 10-watt radio.
No, it sounds great. It really does. It's one of the better mobiles I've heard.
Okay, yeah, nothing else for the net. Just glad to finally catch you that one.
Very good. That was Mike. It's Kilo 3 MPR, right? Kilo 3 Mike Papa Romeo.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, just want to make sure. Didn't look right to me, but that's Mike, and he's mobile, coming back from Lebanon back to Mount Juliet. Anybody else out there east?
KV9RKK mobile.
Oh, another mobile station. So I don't need another meeting review. How are you doing?
Good, Paul. Glad I was able to catch it. I didn't think I would, but it looks like a long night, like somebody else mentioned.
Yeah, no, we're doing good. It's again, people do not have to stay. The nice part about not doing the net, and you're on the other end in your home, you can be watching TV, you can be on another frequency, you can be doing your homework, you can be doing anything.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting right next to Mike. So, yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'll let you get back to it so you can move on to the rest of the net. But glad I was able to catch you.
Yeah, that was Frank, another mobile station, Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo. Good signal there, and normally is going back to northwest Mount Juliet over there near Davidson County. Anybody else east?
Okay, I'm Park Street.
Hello, Stan. Everything good with you?
Doing pretty good, Paul. I'm on the QRP now.
Oh, really? You sound great. Is it the same antenna?
Yeah, same antenna, but a 2-meter amp died. We'll see what's wrong with it.
So when you say QRP, are you doing what, 5 watts maybe?
Yeah, 5 watts.
Man, you got a great signal for 5 watts. Conditions are excellent tonight.
Yeah, great, Paul.
Mike, are you getting the same copy on Stan as I am?
Oh my gosh, he's about 30 over to me.
Yeah, that's it is great conditions. Anyway, so your amp blew out, huh? Is that old tube amp?
No, it's a 2-meter solid state amp that I built, an 80-watt amp. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm still figure out what's wrong with it.
It gives you something else to do, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't have enough things to do.
That's what I mean. That's why I just set them aside. I said, I'll buy another one.
Yeah, roger that.
Well, very good. Anything else within that Stan?
No, that's all, Paul. Back in that
There's Stan. It was a 5-watt night for Stan. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. His solid state amp bit the dust, or blew the finals, or he got a silent key on his amp. Anybody else east? Who is I got Phil up there. Well, who was the other station? I must be your signal's a little wacky. Is it whiskey something 8 whiskey? Is that what you said? Okay, now I got it. Whiskey Kilowatt 8 whiskey. Very good. What's the first name?
Yeah, they know on this end that I'm having a lot of time here. You're just going into my communication, so I'll get that out here.
Very good, Alan. I'm glad you jumped in there. And I think this is the first time on this net, wasn't it?
I believe it is, yeah. I just get this equipment back up and running after being down for 25 years.
Okay, very good. Well, you got to burn off all that dust.
No, I actually had to buy a stool.
Okay. Well, very good. I hope to hear you again. I said, I hope to hear you again on the air. We're here twice a week at 8 o'clock.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, that's 8 o'clock on Wednesdays and 8 o'clock on Saturdays. So, and there's lots of people on that monitor this frequency. So there's usually somebody hanging out. Anyway, appreciate you being there, Alan. That's Whiskey Kilo 8 whiskey. I take it it's mobile, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So he's mobile with the signals up and down, but it's a decent signal. Philip, how are you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good, Paul. Just left out of Portland and headed towards Galveston, and still saying that I was picking up about 2 bars there on my mobile, so it's been pretty good for about 5 boys.
I should say so. What are you making the rounds on the clubs again?
Oh, I guess so. No, just did some side work, swapping some computers out. I gotta go get me something to eat now. I'm pretty hungry.
I'll bet that computer works real heavy duty.
Oh, I'm telling you, gotta watch it.
I'm telling you that unless you're picking up big servers or something, or power supplies or something for a big network, I don't know, maybe.
It's just a lot of kneeling up and down and routing cables here and there, and yeah, just a lot of up and down and trying to get everything right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I had a woman. I was on a flight a few years ago, and this woman had a laptop, and I said, "Yeah," I said, "I got a couple of laptops." She goes, "How many do you have? How many computers do you have?" She was a businesswoman of some type. I don't remember what she did. And I said, I think I have 5 or 6 computers. She goes, "Why?" I said, "I really can't tell you. I just have a lot of them."
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm going to hold that drive through here and grab me some food. Just so I can give you another check here. Hope everybody's doing well. 7-3, everybody. W8
Yeah, you make number. Well, you or Alan make number 27. So we're having a big net tonight. That was Philip, Whiskey 8 Papa Lima Alpha, who's normally over in east. He's over in east of Eden. He's there east. I forgot the name of that location.
Tucker's Crossroads.
That's it. Tucker's Crossroads, east of Lebanon. Good signal on mobile though, coming back from Portland. Anybody else east or anywhere? Oh boy, we got KA3 CTP. We got Brian on his way home from work as well. How you doing, Brian?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just pulling in the driveway. I got out a little late. It's still going, so heck, I was able to get in. So I guess I'm number 28, something like that. You get quite a few. Maybe you get up to 50 sometime.
We did that one time before, a long time ago, when this was a real curiosity seeker net. A lot of people were checking in from everywhere in the world. Well, everywhere, Murfreesboro and all over east and north, all over the place. But we had like 53, or I forget the number now. I had to look it up, but I'd have to look in the records, and I don't want to do that.
53.
Yeah, 53. Wow. Michael just corrected me.
That's something. It's good to have the Secretary and Sergeant at Arms there and have the number ready for you.
Oh, he just makes stuff up.
You gotta give him a title.
I do, but I can't say it on the air.
Okay, well, yeah, I just pulled in the driveway, so I probably won't make the 220 now, although I do have it in the car. Order up a cigarette plug for this thing, something, so that I can plug it in more substantially.
Well, very good. Anything else for the net, Brian?
Oh, no, very good. Good to talk to everybody. Good to have breakfast this morning. It's fun. And sold quite a few cups today. So,
Guns galore. Yeah, Brian works for an outlet over there at the mall that sells guns. You can figure out who it is since we're not supposed to say who we work for, I guess. That's Brian, Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie Tango Papa, and he's up in Hendersonville just finishing up a mobile trip back to the house. Is there anybody else out there?
Kilo 4 Alpha November Mike, Old Hickory.
J4CYJ.
Man, what a big net. Okay, first I had Clint in there. Clint, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good. I'm actually at my home QTH this time. So I'll be hanging around for 2 meter sideband, but I won't be doing the 220. But I lost track of the net, and you rolled over to the next section before I could check in. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the next.
All right, very good. That was Clint, and you're back in Madison? No, you're in Madison now, is that correct?
Old Hickory.
Yeah, it's close enough. No, it's not. They are two different. That's what's funny about Davidson County, man. It's all Davidson County, Nashville, but Old Hickory, yeah, as a method of neighborhoods anyway. I know. I remember I was coming in off of Briley, I think, and coming off on the Lebanon Road, and it says "Welcome to," and I forget what it is. It's "Welcome to Old Hickory," or "Welcome to Donaldson," or "Welcome to something." And I thought, how would anybody know what that means if they're a visitor? It doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, absolutely. Welcome to Donaldson, then Hermitage, then Old Hickory, and then Madison, all on the same road.
No, I understand. I understand that. I'd rather have the towns, delineated somehow so they were actually. But I know that's not possible now because that started about almost 70 years ago. They put that thing together.
Yeah, I'm sure back in the day they were actually separate, but not so much anymore.
No, as a matter of fact, what's it called? Jack in Donaldson said his thing is listed as the town, and I forget whether it was Jack. What town was your birth certificate say?
It says Madison, Tennessee.
It says Madison, Tennessee.
Yeah, Madison is a city within Davidson County, so I don't know if it's it's part of Nashville, but it just got swallowed up, and all these little places, Old Hickory, they were all separate communities.
Yeah, with separate mayors too, I bet.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Otis's dad was the police chief in Old Hickory.
Oh wow, he was a chief, and it was 80 people there.
They put pictures of him on this big fat Harley Davidson.
Oh, awesome. I'm sorry, say that again, Clint. You still there, Clint?
I am, but that wasn't me.
Oh, there was somebody else in there? Oh, Jim, are you there? Let me get Jim before we run out of here. That's Kilo Echo 4 Tango, Yankee Juliet. You still there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here. I was trying to get in for a while, but busy man tonight. Doing a great job, and just happy to be here.
Yeah, very good. You make number 30 tonight. Wow, it's bigger than normal for sure. I'm not sure why. It's good weather, good conditions, and everything's going swimmingly tonight. Anything good for the net?
No, sir. Doing fine. Keep the check-ins coming.
Yeah, I know, man. This is getting tedious, and I'm running out of pencil here. Anyway, all right, very good. That was Jim. He is in what do you call it? Oh man, my brain freeze went again there. Give me. I hate to ask you because I know I said it about 1 million times now. Say it again.
Yeah, it's close to Thomas Woodbury. I'm in North Cannon County.
Yes, Woodbury in Cannon County. He's up near the 991 machine, by the way, for tower. And Clint, appreciate you checking in, and I'll catch you over there on 144-240. That's Kilo 4 Alpha November Mike, and he's in Madison. I'm sorry, Old Hickory. My mistake. Old Hickory. Anybody else before we move on? Well, the obligatory thing at this point is we're going to run down we're going to do the questionnaire on who else is available. Of course, we're going to go with, is there any calling all dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater, kachunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by aliens deniers, people who believe there's living on the backside of the moon with communities, flat earthers and flat earth deniers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, and last but not least, the end time survivalists. Did any of those show up? Man, Scott's going to be upset he missed. He could have been he usually checks in at that point, and he could have been number 31 tonight. And Scott's not there. I'll make a point of noting that here. All right, we're going to move on there. We're going to go to 144 240. We'll see you there, K4PW. All right, I'm here that quick. K4PW at 144 240. Looking for check-ins here from the north. Please come now. Anybody from the north, please come now. Very good. We got Carlin in there. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey in Angeltown. Bethpage, who else is north? Pretty rotten conditions tonight. Anybody else north? Who was that? Was that you, Jim?
Echo Romeo India, Eric in Goodlettsville.
All right, we got Eric, Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo India. Jim, did I hear you in there from Woodbury?
Yes, sir, I was here. I doubled with somebody. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm here. KE4CYJ.
No, it's all good. That's Kilo Echo 4 Tango November Juliet, and that's Jim down in Woodbury. Who else is north? Over to the west.
Kilo 4 Alpha November Mike.
Kilo 4 Alpha November Mike. Of course, that's Clint up in Old Hickory. Good signal. Who else is north or west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
All right, we got Greg in Antioch. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Still wearing body armor, I'm sure. I'm looking for Jack.
JG4 ILV. I'm here.
Very good. We got Jack, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else is west?
Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec.
Very good. We got Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec in West Nashville. Good signal. Who else is west? Anybody else west or south? West or south or east?
KM4YRF.
Very good. We got Michael in Mount Juliet here, a couple of miles east of me. A good, huge signal, of course. Who else is east? Anybody else east? Please come now. All right. I think we wrapped it up. Is there anybody else out there anywhere, any place on 144 240? Please come now.
84
84GON. Trying to bring up the rear, are you, Danny? Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Big signal here. Who else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? You must have been out cleaning paintbrushes.
No, I come down here and I didn't have no sound. I had to cut the radio off and back on. I don't know.
One of those mysteries. Those are those gremlins running around in your shack.
I guess, I had signal and I was like, what's going on?
Well, very good. Hope that works out well good for you. That's Danny in the station camp, Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November. Who else? Any place, anywhere? All right, we've got nothing. I think we had 11 in there tonight on 240. We're going to move over to 50.135, so we'll see you there unless I hear a complaint. All right, we're moving. K4PEW. All right, we're here on 50.135, looking for check-ins on this frequency. Looking for from the north or anywhere. Please come now.
KM4YRF.
All right, I've got Michael, KM4YRF, and I believe I heard Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. That was you, wasn't it, Jack? Yep, sounds good tonight. Very good. Yeah, very good audio. Who else is anywhere?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah, very good. You sound like gangbusters tonight there, Greg. That was Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else? And Greg in Antioch. Who else? There was a couple in there, but Charles 1. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else is out there? And he's in West Nashville. All right, I heard Kilo. I heard Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey, and oh yeah, that was what I heard. Kilo 4 Alpha November Mike, Old Hickory. That's Clint with a good signal. Who else is anywhere? Very good. I got Danny in there. Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November in station camp. Who else?
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor.
Very good. Joel, you sound good. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor in west of Ashland City. Who else?
Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo India, Eric in Goodlettsville.
Eric, you got a great signal on that new antenna. It sounds great.
All right, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and that's again. I wouldn't expect anything less. But again, I'm horizontal with that squalo, and you're vertical. But we're close enough, and you're high enough that it doesn't make any difference at all.
Right on, very nice. Yeah, the top of it's probably around 50 or 60 feet because the darn thing is so tall.
Yeah, that's great. No, it really is working well. You should be pleased. You're gonna have to see how well the bands do on 6 meters in the future and give a good report. Anyway, that was Eric in Goodlettsville, Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo India, and he's got a new 6 meter vertically put up, I think, as of today, and it's working great. Anybody else? Anybody else here on 6 meters? Please come down. All right, we had a whopping 10 in there tonight. I think we had 11 on 2 meters upper sideband, and here we are at 10, and we had 30 on 2 meters FM. So we're going to move right over to 223.415 unless somebody screams. All right, that's where we're going to be. Mike, would you pick up on the beginning of this? I got to get the dogs screaming at me to go outside, so I need to do that.
All right, gotcha, Paul.
Closing out the net here. This is K4PEW, and I'm closing out the net.
All right, here we are for 223-415, looking for check-ins. Call now. 34 VW, Carla Moses on that face. Hi, Carla, got you in there with a great signal. Who's next? 34 Juliet.